Recess just like organically kind of happened. It was post COVID, right? We had moved back to our hometown, basically town over from Westport. Um, wait, one, two kids at this point.
During COVID, we had our first son was 6 months old when COVID hit, and then Eric was still going in and out of the city every day.
Yeah,
Oh, New York City.
I was in.
Were you guys on
Yeah.
the West Coast and you came back?
So we, while I was pregnant with Jet, our first son, who's now 6.5, we were actually living, like, Eric was working in London.
I didn't know that.
With Scarlett Johansson on Black Widow, and I
Oh.
was very pregnant, going back and forth to London to visit him, and
I didn't know that.
yeah,
I didn't know
I
that you
went into
London.
preterm labor while he was working. So that's kind of what, like, we were our home base at that time. We still had our apartment in New York City. We were
Okay.
technically, like, I was gonna have the baby. We were gonna be in the city. But I was supposed to have the baby in Connecticut because I knew he was traveling, and I was just like wanted to stay with my normal, like, OB that I grew up
Sure.
going to.
You guys
Um,
both grew up in Connecticut?
Yeah,
Okay.
high school
Yeah.
sweethearts.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I did know
High
that.
school
Yeah.
sweethearts. Yeah.
Oh my god, got a
So,
picture of you
yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Seriously. We'll have to get it.
So yeah, we ended up just during that time, because I ended up having Jet early, at 30 weeks, we decided, like, we need support, like, we're gonna just
Yeah.
end up back with closer to our families, and so we ended up
So I guess
Yeah.
fast forward a few months, the kids are in school, started getting into a local community in Westport. I'm still like traveling in the city, literally like 3:30 in the morning, giving bottles and like going to the city for like 4 o'clock sessions.
yeah
And I don't. One day I woke up and I had like 20 plus emails asking me to train people locally.
Wow.
I was like, I don't do that. I train a lot of celebrities, one-on-ones. I've only, at this point, only done private training.
Mhm.
So one-on-one sessions, traveling with celebrities, Scarlett Johansson, like doing the films. And it was like, Melissa's like, why don't you take like one or two clients, or why don't we try a pop-up class? So
just see, like, gauge what the interest is, like, see what the community, like, I had already been, in the, like, I guess part of the fitness community, like, I was
Yeah.
taking SoulCycle, doing, like, all the different things in the area,
So-
solid core, and I could see that it was, like, there was a lot of people, like, interested in strength training, and
it was all selfish. Melissa
Yeah.
wanted to work out, and I actually had I had no time to train her
Yeah.
for her to like even work out together.
Mhm.
So we did it, and it kind of caught fire, and eventually we did another pop up. We had a space, and we opened Recess, and
It's amazing.
kind of evolved from me doing one-on-one sessions to kind of saying goodbye to New York City, turning the page on those clients and those experiences to kind of go super local and be able to pick my kids up at school and
It's a whole new
get rid of
lifestyle.
this.
Were you ready for that though at that time? Were you feeling the grind? Or was it
Feeling
a
the
difficult
grind,
decision?
but like
well, I think you did, like, at first when we were going to open Recess, he's like, I'm still gonna go to the city on Tuesdays, and I looked at him and I was like,
no you're not.
and he, like, was very committed to that, and we were open maybe like a few months, and he's like, yeah, this is not, like, you could feel, like, the lifestyle difference of, like, the
I think-
days that you were working in, Westport versus having to go.
I think the biggest thing was I went on tour with Charlie Puth.
Mm-hmm.
We had 3 kids. Went
I
on
had
tour.
just had
We
our
just
third,
heard our
yeah.
third, 2 to 3 months old. Went on this tour, tried to put everything in my favor to, like, come home every 5 days, send another coach out to, substitute for me. And while I love my work, I always love my work, I realized, like, my heart was more with my family.
Yeah,
like, I
of
wanted,
course, your growing
and if there was a
family.
way we could make those two things work together organically,
Mm-hmm.
and like also have a much bigger impact. What I realized, I have so much more impact with 150 members, right, and touching so many more people's lives than like these
The
one-on-one.
one-on-one.
interactions.
Yeah.
And there's so much value there.
So much value. What was the vision from the beginning? Recess feels fun and different,
I
and
want
inviting.
I
Like,
think-
you want to be a part of it. When I'm there, I'm always like, I want to work out. I want to be a part of this energy.
the thing is, like, I want people to work hard, but, like, have fun.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think always my philosophy is, like, at the end of the day, like, we're doing push-ups. You know,
Yeah.
we're not like doing heart surgery.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it should
Fair.
be fun.
Yeah.
It should test, like, your mental and physical limits, right? Because I think that's where growth happens,
Sure.
right? And it
Yeah.
The
maybe
incomplete.
at the end of the day it can save a life, right?
Yeah.
But, like, it should be fun, right?
Yeah.
It should be high energy. I think that's, like, kind of my most sacred attribute is my energy, right?
Mhm.
That's why actually coming to you, right? Is like, how do I preserve this? How do I not burn out
Mm-hmm.
and give? Because people will come into our space and you're trying to give people energy.
Mhm.
You don't know what, like, they did before they stepped in the door, like what mood they're in, what's going on in their life, what their kids said to them that morning, and you just have to be like, whatever's going on in yours, put it in the back pocket and, like, give them a good experience. And that's, like,
So
so
important.
so important.
Because you really set the vibe, you know, like, as the coach and the business owner
Mm-hmm.
and whatever other roles that you take on within the company, everyone's going to feed off you and feel that. So if you have good energy, they're going to be like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
If you believe in them, they're going to believe in
It's-
themselves.
I think we've always wanted to create, like, the third place, right? It's
Yeah.
like you have, like, work, you have,
Oh,
like,
I love
home,
that.
and, like, the third place is, like, these community
Yeah.
places, right? They're
Yeah.
your
Can we
they're
be the
your-
fourth place?
Yeah.
Those stuff.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? There's, like, those coffee shops there where you see
Yeah.
the same faces over and over, and you're like, okay, I feel connected here.
Yeah, you
It's-
feel a sense of community and
Mhm.
like people have made friendships and it's really nice to see just people coming in and like it's like their happy place, you know,
Mhm.
for a lot of our members. So that feels
Amazing.
And
Yeah.
all these things are just like we had an intention, but we kind of let it breathe.
Yeah.
Like, you're right, this is the intention. Like, okay, this feels good.
Yeah.
Like, it's all kind of, we're going with the stuff that feels good and,
Yeah.
like, kind of going down that route. And,
I
like,
love that. I say that all the time. That
Right.
this has to feel good.
it has to feel good. It has to feel right. Like,
Yeah.
I think even the semi-private approach we take. So
Mhm.
recess, what we do is semi-privates in classes, right? We do have some private training as well. But the way we take, like, semi-privates, typically small groups are what people think of semi-privates. And everyone in typical fashion do the same 4 to 5 people are doing the same workout. What we do is in a group of, say, 4 or 5, everyone's doing something totally individual.
Yeah.
Right? So we're taking this, like, personalization to everyone's programs, which everyone needs, but then you're getting this, like,
community.
energy,
yeah.
community
Yeah.
that you wouldn't get in a private or get in another fashion, right? And, like, feeding it. So it's like, hey, this person over here is, like, PRing a squat. This person's trying their first pull up, and, like, it's just feeding the room to, like, elevate,
Yeah.
which is it's been so valuable. And so I guess I didn't even though we were manufacturing, didn't realize the value of.
Yeah.
It's
'Cause-
almost like the best of both worlds, though. Like,
Yeah.
you get that
Private
Individual.
type, yeah.
experience, if you will, or like you're almost giving them one-on-one attention, but still in a group setting. Like,
Yeah.
they're doing something. You said, is it like stations or something individual, but then at the same time, like, feeding off of the group, which is really cool.
Totally, and people are, like, learning too, right?
Yeah.
Like they have to, like, start to figure out what's my mobility routine. Start to like what does, because my coach isn't on me every
Right.
single second. So when they go on vacation or they're by themselves in their home, like, they can try to remember and, like, stick this stuff. So it becomes more ingrained in, like, their movement, like, lifestyle.
Yeah, which
Right?
is so
Instead
important.
of just
that
being like-
consistency piece.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think a lot of people too, like, you want to outsource their thinking of, like, I don't know what to do in the gym, just, like, tell me what to do. But, like, I also want people to learn and, like, have some tools when we're not around.
Yeah, that's such a parallel to holistic, because we say that too. Like, I would love to care for everybody forever, but at the same time, the idea is that we teach you and you don't necessarily need us as much down the line once you reach some certain goals. That's really cool. So you said earlier, Eric, that you let your vision breathe, which I think is really powerful. How did the vision evolve over the last year? Did it start in like one place and evolve
think-
to another?
I think the biggest way it's evolved has kind of like gone parallel with AI, right?
Okay.
Because you have like AI kind of taking over the conversation, right? The industry.
You have to be
And
thinking about it.
You have to be thinking about it. You have to
you're
be
behind.
integrating it.
Yeah.
But it's made us double down more so on the like community aspect,
Mhm.
right? Like what is community, and like how do we feed that, and like how do people feel, a sense of belonging,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so, I would say more on Melissa's end of like a creative. I would say Melissa's our creative director as well.
Yeah.
Is like what are things we can do in person?
Mm-hmm.
What are ways we can just strengthen the
The
community?
community and
Yeah.
do
Connection.
more like community building where people feel more connected, like to Recess, to our all the members, feeling more like connected with each other and supporting each other. And I think also like our coaches coming in, taking class and being involved in the community too, and then like feeling that energy of like, Eric coming and taking like one of our coach Maggie's classes, and us
Yeah.
like, just all the
Supporting each
different
other.
coaches like supporting each other, and the community like feeding off of that too
I
is
think it keeps people accountable too, right? Because
it
you're like
does.
you're more engaged. There's always things happening, right? Like new events, new speakers coming in, new pop-ups, right? Or a competition or something to look forward to that all just throw out there
Yeah.
like crazy. I'm stupid about ideas, but like
yeah.
I'll literally like I have
Like
like I can
gauge.
gauge like interest in things
Mhm.
by just like throwing little hints out and seeing
And
people's
people are like, nah, or like really
Into
into,
it,
it.
yeah.
like we did to celebrate like our 1 year we did like a recess games
Mhm.
you guys were a part of,
We were there.
and it was like a really I guess we didn't realize how competitive it would get, but like it was a
It
fun
got heated.
way. It got heated. It got
Yeah.
heated, and it was like a great
Energy
community
was
aspect.
high.
Yes.
People were well and unwell.
Yes, very unwell. But like that's like the stuff we're kind of like,
Yeah.
how do we do this to make it fun, right? And like
I love that. So
Yeah.
community really non-negotiable from the beginning.
Yeah.
In terms of your
Yes.
vision.
but I think
it evolved over time. I think we saw that was like people coming in and being like, wow, everybody's so supportive of each other. Everybody's, feeding off of each other's energy. You see like people that will come in and like start with private sessions, and then maybe one day they are like, oh, I'm going to try semi-private, and then they just move to that model because they feel like, oh, I love hearing like different conversations. You hear about like what's going on in the community. It's like just a fun way to like feel part of something. And
yeah. That
I
sense
think
of belonging.
we didn't like
I didn't.
that was not like we didn't anticipate that or like
Yeah.
know how big that piece of the puzzle was going to be. And luckily we've just been able to attract the right like crowd that everybody
I
is
think-
so nice and
yeah,
supportive. And I think the people that like don't really fit that have just we've been able to
The
kind
right
of be
people
lucky.
stay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The right people
Yeah.
stay.
Yes, I've been protective on
Yeah.
keeping the energy, right?
Yeah.
Like the energy and like kind of the collective, I guess, like soul.
Mm-hmm. Of the
And
business.
being like super protective of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even from like a CEO standpoint, like building your team, I can definitely understand that
Yeah.
was like a huge part
Mm-hmm.
of just like protecting the vibe and the energy and how
Yeah.
you wanted things to feel, because there could be, not to call anybody out, but like one member like
That kind of just
wants-
sours
yeah, the whole
yeah.
crew, and that to me is like such a priority, because then
Yeah.
that affects other people's experiences too.
Especially in like a semi-private fashion, right? Because
Yeah.
you're sharing me or another
Yeah.
coach. So you have to be like you
Yeah.
have to be patient and like waiting and like supportive of each other too,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like
Yeah.
so it was super important to like protect
That.
the like energy of like the space.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like the community piece was missing from fitness in general? Is that why that became something so important from the beginning? Or did you just like see how your members were able to really level up with that extra layer of support.
I was thinking it's the latter, like seeing like how people were responding to it.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people try to cultivate that community though, and I do think it falls short.
Mm-hmm.
But you've both been able to do it in a way that feels like home in a lot of ways. Like everybody there is, it seems like they know each other from other places, and maybe they do or maybe they don't, but at the games it just felt like this synergy between everybody. Everybody had a partner and they all knew each other
Yeah.
and they wanted to be there, like in choice,
Mm-hmm.
which was really cool to witness. That's why I was like, gosh.
And
We
a
gotta
lot of
join
people are
this
just
club.
like they're just meeting each other at the gym for
Yeah.
the first time, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like more shocking when they like
Yeah.
see
You
each
see
other
people,
outside
like,
of
out.
that context. So like, oh,
Yeah. That they met at recess.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like we even have like members sending like they'll send me a picture of like, like a handful of women like out to dinner together. And,
Yeah.
like, they
That they
literally-
met at the gym, you
Yeah.
know, so it's like,
Yeah.
it's fun to see. And I think that's also like, I learned like during COVID, like I had always done like classes like a soul cycle or not
Mhm.
strength classes but stuff like that because I like wanted that sense of community
Yeah.
in exercise. And during COVID, like not having that and having to do like Peloton and I just you
It's a
know
whole different feel.
it's so different. Like I would be like, ugh, like I love I thought I liked cycling, like I do like cycling, but maybe I just really liked that community aspect, and I
Yeah.
feel like that was so missing from like the strength community of like this kind of like, you know, vibe of, you know, especially I feel like in our classes you get like the music's going, everybody's working really hard, like you catch a vibe. It's like
You
a
do.
really
You
But
really
I'm,
do.
I'm like the opposite. I'm like a lone wolf. Like
Are you?
I don't take workout classes. I do my own thing.
You
well,
just like
like,
bust
I
it
don't-
out. Wait, I wanna get
historically
into this.
Historically.
I wanna get,
historically,
like, how
but
you
now
guys
like
do
when
this
you
Historically,
get
but
when
now
you
I
get the
go-
opportunity to do it,
Now
it's
I
fun.
jump
you
into
know?
class
like,
now,
like
Yeah.
you
right?
take it with Maggie or Sam or Morgan. It's like you
But I think that's also made it
You know.
special is because I've created I've never taught a class prior to recess.
Mm-hmm.
I've never actually taken another strength class. I've taken a soul cycle with you or yoga, but like
not a strength.
I've never taken a berries or a orange theory or any of these like HIIT classes. I've never have like, and now perfect like I won't because like
Yeah.
I don't want it to like.
Anti-berries, guys.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I just want to. I don't want to be that. And I don't want it to
Yeah.
influence my like style at all. And I
Yeah.
just like kind of coming at it from like a clean slate,
Yeah.
and not being influenced by how anyone else does it. I'm like kind of doing it our way.
You're
Yeah.
not super like rah either, which I think a lot of people like, you know,
Mhm.
that it's not so like, you know, we're not trying to be like this super
No.
like motivational like for
Yeah, I know what you mean.
a workout class, you
Yeah.
know, like it's fun, but he doesn't take it too seriously.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like but we want people to work hard, and
Yeah.
and he'll call people out when they're not.
I'll
You
call you
Yeah.
real
know.
quick.
Scared of Aaron during the class.
But you want to be a little scared. Like
No,
you want to be
I know.
intimidated that like
Yeah.
someone's gonna push me
Yeah.
to like this
Well,
like
that's why
another
people
level.
I think invest in classes in
Yeah.
general, and
Because there's some
don't work out at home.
accountability. Yeah.
It's the accountability piece.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to go back to how you guys approach movement as medicine in general for yourselves. Walk me through, each of you, like what that looks like, even like before recess. Like, what do you guys do, and what does that mean to you, movement as medicine? I know,
I mean,
loaded question.
It's loaded. Like if I don't move, if I don't work out, I'd probably kill somebody.
Yeah, like, what does that,
I, like,
what does
straight
that
up.
do to your mental?
Like,
What is it like for like your day to day?
I need to. Well, the one thing for me is like I move all day.
Mm-hmm.
Like so recently, like we had a snow day.
Mm-hmm.
I was like looked at like how many steps I did around just our house. It's like 10,000. I was like, what did I even do?
You
Like
hit
I
your
just.
goal just
She's
now.
like, I'm just, like,
I mean,
walking
we have
around,
three.
I
We have
mean-
three wild children, right? So
Wild boys, not just
three
children.
wild boys, right? So like energy, but like movement is so ingrained into like
Who you are.
even me probably filming content right now.
Yeah.
I typically if we film content, I have to move,
Yeah.
or if not, I'm like
Do you want
I
me to
can't
laugh
speak.
and
I,
everything?
It's
I
always
can't
like-
speak like properly if like
He's
I'm
like,
not
I can't
moving.
stand still. Well, I think it's different when you're like sitting versus like standing, like a conversation. Whereas like if we're filming content, like you're standing and like you're saying this or that, and he's like, I gotta move around.
But I'm getting in some kind of movement probably at least.
Every day.
I'll shut down one day a week. Shut
Okay.
down. Like,
That's good.
we shut down, like,
Yeah.
right.
You need to recover.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
is
so
honestly a good segue, but I want to hear what movement as medicine means to you first.
I mean, I guess until I was pregnant, I definitely took that, the ability to be able to move my body, I took that a little bit for granted, I would say. And then when I was put on like bed rest with my first, because I worked out through my pregnancy up until maybe around like the 22 or 23 week mark, when I found out that I was like in preterm labor, then I was on bed rest, and I was like, I've never not been able to like move my body or work out, or like, you know, it was so foreign to me to just like lay there and not do anything. And but I really, up until then, I feel like I almost took it for granted, and having to do that again like 2 times over with the 2 other kids. And then I had a surgery recently where I couldn't exercise for 6 weeks. I think, it really showed me and gave me
It's a privilege.
that it's a
like,
privilege to be
perspective.
able to like wake up and have the choice to be able to move your body. And for me, I also have anxiety. I have, some things where if I'm not able, like for me, exercise is medicine. It's
Yeah.
something for me that is like an outlet to help me de-stress and
Free drugs.
yeah. I mean,
Endorphins.
it's to me, it's like it's a privilege to be able.
For me, it's ingrained. It's like,
It's your lifestyle now.
it's my lifestyle. It's simple as like brushing my teeth, right? It's like, I have to move every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That takes different, depends on my goals and what I'm doing of the day. A lot of that's strength training based, strength and conditioning a lot. My big goals right now are like, honestly, like I'm not letting my kids catch me for a long time. Like, they're gonna have to work to take down me, but
And I
that's like
think showing
You got a long
them
ways to
too,
go.
like
They got a
that
long
we, that this is part of our like
Yeah. Well,
lifestyle,
they're watching.
Huge.
and
They're always
Yeah.
we bring them
They're
to the
soaking it
gym.
in.
We even though it is tough sometimes, like to
Yeah.
hit our workout and have the kids there on the weekend, but we at least Saturday or Sunday, like we're taking them with us to like, they see like this is our, this is our club. This is like, even if we're not working out, we're doing towels, we're
Yeah.
doing this, all the things, and they see like that.
That's been
yeah.
a really cool experience to like show. Most of the time, your kids don't get to see like what you do, right?
Yeah.
They have no idea, but our kids, like, you could see it, like
Yeah.
physically see it. And even from when we built our club, like I showed them like, this is like the raw space, and
bare
they were like,
bones,
we don't
yeah.
want to go there, it's
Scary.
right?
What is it?
What is
yeah.
it? And then
It's
like
like
I
the
showed them
black-
Yeah,
every.
that it was just like cold and like there was
Yeah.
like before we put
It was
walls
like
up
pre-construction.
and
It was like, if you have a vision, like, and you put like your mind to it, you can build anything you want. And I
Yeah.
thought it was super empowering.
It's so empowering. I feel like
Yeah.
that's something that I remember that my dad did for me when I was younger. He always said that I can do whatever I wanted to do, and he would use like the silly like, you can be an astronaut, but just like hearing that over and over and over again at such a
Yeah.
young age by my dad, I really do feel like gave me this mindset that I could build a business and do all the things and
Well, it's-
do a podcast and like
It's great.
I always make the joke that I have that gene of like, I can do it, I can figure it out.
yeah.
Even like now, like the boys are getting a little older. They come in and I like make them shake members' hands
Yeah.
and say hello and
Yeah.
look at them in the eyes, like in their eyes, and like
That's so
all that's so
important.
valuable.
It really is, especially when they're so young, because
Yeah.
they're just gonna do that,
And
forever.
we've just let them we've never asked them to do like any exercise, right? They
Yeah,
just
but
come
they
and,
want
like,
to.
see.
I'm sure.
And now
They
like
just
like
start. Yeah.
strength is
Yeah.
like currency in our household. It's like, who's the strongest?
Yeah.
It's like, who's the
Constant
alpha?
competition.
Yeah.
Constant.
But I'm like, one day, like Jet, our oldest, I'm like, one day, like your brothers are gonna catch up to you. Like it
Yeah.
starts the playing field starts to level out at
It
some
does.
point, and you might
But
not be the
but-
biggest
but
one.
Right now
Probably
he's
sooner
coming
though
for
than
me.
later.
Right now he's coming for me.
Jet is.
Mhm.
He's got like, is he 6 or 7?
He's six and a half, yeah.
10 more years, maybe.
I know.
Yeah.
No, like 15, 20.
Yeah. Well, I meant like until he
That's
can like
till he
No.
can be like,
really
yeah.
give you a run for your
Not
money.
with,
You'll
not
beat
with
him,
you in
but
my corner, right?
all right. I want to talk about recovery a little bit more because you recover 1 day a week. I feel like I'm constantly trying to twist my patient's arm to do even more than that, and getting you to recover more than that, I feel like that's
It's
a
not
loss.
happening.
Yeah, that's a lost
not.
battle. But how do you support people through that and really emphasize how important recovery is? Especially, I feel like we all see members that are like max burnt out, fried. That's like
yeah.
I
One
feel
thing
like
we
me.
did, one thing we did this year for the first time, and what we're currently doing is like a 6-week challenge.
Okay.
So
It's
what
like
we do,
sprints.
right? And it's just awareness. I think awareness is huge. So the way we did our challenge is 3 different buckets: movement, nutrition, and then recovery.
Love that.
And then each bucket you can get like 10 points in, but you pick the habits you're doing.
Okay.
So on the recovery side, you really quickly see like if I need to add stuff in to like make up for me not sleeping, right?
Mhm.
Like how else can I get like my points up without
Mhm.
me trying to like I'm not sleeping enough, which I don't.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, what are the other things I can do? Is it breath work? Is what can I actually fit in?
Mhm.
I think just awareness is probably the first thing,
Mhm.
right?
Well, that's step 1. Is like understanding that you need more of that or more time.
Right.
How did you guys? Because I understand that you have the sauna, you have the cold plunge, right?
Yeah.
And have some residents that come into the club to offer certain recovery techniques, if you
Yeah.
will. Like I've seen like lymphatic drainage at the club, and you have, is it Dr. Mike or what's his name?
Joe.
Joe.
Our
Gosh, not
PT.
even close.
Well, I mean, it's
Not
even
even
by
close.
Joe. It's
Well,
like, you know, it's
we'll
Italian.
cut that
yeah.
out. But
Um,
clearly, recovery is important to you guys, and you're trying to integrate that into your experience.
I want it to be like a one-stop shop, right? Like
Okay.
if you can couple things,
Mhm.
right? Whether it's a cold plunge before you train,
Mhm.
right, or infrared
Infrared
sauna
sauna.
after you train.
Mhm.
Yeah,
right?
because we
It's-
noticed
you're
like
more likely to do it,
Mhm.
right? Like it's like putting your shoes on, or putting your workout clothes in your bag, so like you're more likely to go to the gym,
Mhm.
right? So we thought, especially with the
It's like
research more and
mental.
more coming out, it's like how do you couple more things together so that they're easier to actually execute?
Yeah.
And I think
there's so much research now too with doing
it-
like the infrared sauna right after post workout and
It's the best time.
and honestly, it's the whole recess is selfish. It's built for what we want to do,
I love
right?
that.
Like
That's
it's
like this
I
is
would
the healthcare that I
right.
always
It's like
get.
this is what I
Yeah.
want, right?
Yeah.
Like and what I think works, right?
Mhm.
Is like, to be honest, whether you guys use it or not, like I'm going to use it as
Yeah.
much as I can,
All my
right?
friends and family will be.
Yeah.
Right, and then like that's kind of, if we go back to like your first question of like how did recess evolve, and like how did it was like selfishly we built it for us,
Mm-hmm.
right? And like
Out of need.
Melissa being an avatar of like a mom,
Yep.
trying to get her health and her like physical fitness back,
Mm-hmm.
and like us recovering from daily life,
Mm-hmm.
everything we do is like selfishly for
Hinged off of
ourselves.
that. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, when we lived in the city, like I had always loved doing like infrared sauna and but I was doing this was pre-kids, so obviously I had all the time in the world, but I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I'd work out in the morning and then I'd go to some other place and do like a higher dose, do like an infrared sauna with the red light, and it's like, how
Whole days.
yeah, it's like how much easier would it be if like I went to one place and I'm like, I hit my workout and then I could sauna, or I could get cupping done by the PT, dry needling, I can have my workout and have a lymphatic massage, and just to have this whole approach of like everything being able to be at one place. We wanted to try to fit as many things at recess so that it is like a one-stop shop for people.
Keep it easy.
Yeah.
Love that. And then they're more likely to do it.
More
If it's
likely.
all, yeah.
So-
You're already
It's like-
sweaty and whatever, you're gonna
So
buy
Yeah.
go somewhere else to.
And
go
I would say
in the sauna.
we've probably even influenced a lot of members to now just go put the sauna in their homes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's huge.
Mhm.
I mean, the data's there, like you said. The science is there to support.
Totally.
It's worth the investment. I want to go back to the challenge. I want to know, where do you feel like people fall short when they're trying to optimize? It sounds like the buckets were there as like a strategy for them to be more conscious, you said, of the nutrition, of the recovery piece, of the movement piece. But where do you see people making mistakes when trying to get that recipe right?
I think fall short when there's just too many options,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, oh, I need to be doing this. I need to take this supplement. I need to be doing breathwork thing, and they're trying to do too much. Right?
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, what are the like one or two things that are really gonna like move? Like that's why we made the challenge really very simple, like habits. Like nutrition is not about calories at all, even though I think that's a huge part of the equation.
Yeah.
It's like protein and fiber.
Yeah.
Can you hit those
Oh
two?
my god, you're
like,
speaking my language. I'm like,
Yeah.
don't talk to me about any macros until you
Yeah.
get your protein.
right,
Right.
like get your protein, get your
Yeah.
fiber, and then get your hydration.
Yeah.
Those were like my three
Yeah.
Yeah.
ones,
Big.
and
They're
then
still
like
just like in the weeds, I feel like.
they're in the weeds. They're like, oh, I need
Yeah.
this, I need this, and it's just like maybe you just need to like. Even if we talk about all this recovery stuff, like
Yeah.
if you're not sleeping and you're not
Yeah.
like, is sauna
Is this-
really gonna be
Probably
like,
not.
Probably
It's
not,
probably not gonna
right?
change
Like,
either. Yeah.
like
If you're just coming and doing recovery only and not
Mm-hmm.
exercising, I don't know
Yeah.
how much the cold plunge and
Yeah.
the sauna is gonna
Well,
help
same
you.
thing with like me. I feel like peptides are like having a moment right now. All of our members are, I shouldn't say all of them, but a lot of our members are asking about peptides, and it's like, well, you really have to get the big stuff right. Those are just
that's just
adjuncts.
icing on the cake, right?
Totally.
Like you still got
Yeah.
like I, even personally taking them,
Yeah.
right? Peptides, and we've trying to optimize my
Yeah.
hormones. Like, still nutrition's the
Yeah.
biggest
Needle mover.
rock.
Yeah.
And
Totally.
eating enough, and for me, getting enough calories in, and
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
those things are so much more important and
Yeah.
gonna be actually stuff that moves instead of the quick fix.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna hinder your recovery if you're not eating enough, you're not sleeping enough, then you're not gonna see progress.
Yeah.
Going back to the postpartum avatar, I feel like that's classic. Like
Yep.
not sleeping, obviously, not eating enough, not fueling enough.
And then
And if your hormones are all over the place too, I have so
Yeah.
many friends that are like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I'm
Mhm.
like, but I'm still nursing, and I'm like, okay, well,
Their body is
you're,
just stuck in that
like, have you had
sympathetic.
your hormones
And then-
tested? Have you,
Mhm.
like, done these other things? Because you can't just rely on exercise only if you're all jacked up in other
Well, exercise
ways.
could be like it could be the wrong time.
Yes,
You know, it
the
could
wrong
be a
time.
stressor.
Or
Like,
even,
what do they
you know,
call it? Like a hormetic stressor, where it's like you want to stress, but if it's too much, your body can't adapt,
Yep.
and then you're stuck in that sympathetic state.
Yeah, I realized that with, like, cold plunging for me, like,
Mhm. For women,
with-
it's not great.
with our work together too,
Yeah.
like, I am just, my body has been in a constant state
Mhm.
of stress and inflammation, and if I'm going in the cold plunge, I'm just gonna keep spiking my cortisol more
Right.
than I like. To me, like, working out, and if I'm gonna do like a
Gotta
HIIT
dose, right.
workout, like, that to me is more important than like going in the cold plunge.
Mhm.
Like, for me at this,
I would even
like,
argue,
point.
Yeah,
like,
how
a
do you
lot of
approach that as a coach? Like,
you know,
That's
it's,
different for
you're
everybody.
just trying to really stress, like, hey, like, even our classes, right? If the classes, I would say if the semi-privates are like there to like kind of want to like really figure out what your goals are and lean heavier into like heavier lifting, building muscle. Our classes are more focused on probably the VO2 max side of longevity, right? And trying to push conditioning, right, in that format. We just find it works better that way. I would say most people are probably doing that and then not eating enough carbs. They're
Mhm.
jacking up their cortisol, right? And so we're just trying to be like more awareness, like, hey, after these sessions, you really need to be having some carbs, right?
Yeah.
And you can't flatline. You're actually going to
Yeah.
do more harm than good,
mm-hmm.
right? So it's giving them knowledge,
Yeah,
right? And two, the way we structure these classes, it's kind of as hard as you want to push,
Okay.
right? It's like I can take class and a 60, 70-year-old male, female can take class, and we're going to do what we need to do right, that's
Right.
best for us, right?
Yeah.
So if
Empowering
someone's
them
not
to, like,
modify, right? Like
Mhm.
not every day needs to be 100%. You could still do this workout and maybe get an aerobic benefit from it, right? Like stay in those zone 2s,
Mhm.
right? And like get extra volume on your movement patterns versus like going,
Yeah.
into this 90%
I think that's
Heart
where the
rate
magic
zone.
happens for women. Zone 2.
zone
You
2.
gotta like keep them there. Am I wrong?
I've had thoughts on zone 2.
Yeah.
I think
Tell me.
zone 2 is very good for like if people are already logging a lot of mileage.
Okay.
Right, and it's like they need to slow down. I think if we're talking about like you don't have that much time, you're only working out, 3 times a week, 40 minutes at a time.
You
Like
wanna push it a little
you
bit.
probably need to push into
That's fair.
maybe it's a zone 3s, zone 4s
Okay.
to actually like improve your VO2 max.
Yeah.
Right, like, and then maybe it's a zone 1 zone, like go for the walks.
Yeah.
Right, go for these like lower duration things that more is like a recovery stressor. Right.
Okay.
But I feel like probably more we would probably all benefit more from like pushing hard.
Okay.
I don't think it's kind of like the Icarus. I don't think
Yeah.
most people are like pushing hard enough to get to close to the sun
Okay.
to burn.
Okay. So for like our avatar, our postpartum mom, what's the ideal split? Would you say? If it was like a Monday through
I
Sunday
don't think there's
situation.
ideal because like
You need to know
my
that first.
my it's what you can recover from, what you
Okay.
can do. Like the adaptation is what you're recovered from, right? What's sleep looking like for
Yeah.
you? Like what's everything else, right?
Mhm.
I would say how far postpartum we're talking.
Maybe like 4 to 6 months.
4 to 6 months. I would say you're gonna lean heavier at least 2 to 3 days strength training,
Okay.
right? And then another,
I'm happy to hear the 2 to 3 and not like the
Right.
5 to 6.
Yeah.
Honestly.
right. I would say 2 to 3 days strength training. Maybe one of those days is more on the recovery zone 2, and and then like 2 days conditioning is
Okay.
probably gonna be like you're seeing results.
Okay.
But I think anything gets you there. It's just how fast you want to get there.
Okay.
Though,
It's the
right?
consistency piece.
It's the consistency. You got to build bricks. It's
Yeah.
just
Oh, I like that.
you got to. It's to make that wall. It's
Yeah.
like one brick at a time.
I love that. Let's talk about your peak potential. You were talking about your goals earlier. What are your goals right now? Tell us again. Both of you.
Like overarching
Overarching,
is.
like, yeah.
I would
fitness
say
goals.
like my main goal is probably like to push hard until. I don't.
Push as hard
I
as
don't even know
possible.
if I have goals because I like set them as I'm doing them. Like, oh, I lifted this 4 times. Can I do it for 10?
Okay.
Right, I'm
so
like-
it's more like a
like
day
for-
by day thing.
Not even day by day. I'm like, well, okay, like I did that. Now can I go to the next thing?
What's the
I
next
would say the
thing?
next thing probably we're both doing is like a high rocks.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
training for high rocks.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm looking for.
Like we're
Okay.
gonna both try high rocks in May in New York
We're
City.
not doing it together, and we're not doing mixed doubles. I have a partner
partner.
that's a female that's a member at our gym, and
Was it your partner for the games?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
yeah, so that was our little like test. And then now we're gonna be
And
doing that in May.
I'm teaming up with my brother, so we're bringing the band back together
Nice.
to get after it.
I feel
Yeah,
like
so-
that would be
I would
very
have done it
motivating.
with him, but I just the issue with the mixed doubles is that the female has to do the male
She's scared to go
weight.
with me.
I'm
Oh.
not scared to go with you.
Yeah, she thinks I'm gonna be on her too much.
I mean, you probably would be on me, but I've gotten pretty conditioned. I think it's different for me because I'm not a runner, so now this
Yeah.
is like training my body to run more
Yeah.
than I've ever ran. But
not a runner.
um,
Same.
but it's
Don't
fun.
run.
It's a
But for
fun
me,
like
it's-
thing, to like have a goal and have something. And I think
you're
also it's
pushing
a
for.
community thing. We have a lot of members that are doing it, and it's a fun thing that a lot of people are kind of training for and looking forward to. So
For me, I think it aligns well with like the stuff I need to be doing. It's like
Mm-hmm.
my spinach, right? Like I've always leaned heavy into like strength training, trying to get stronger,
Mm-hmm.
trying to push weight. I'm kind of getting to top end ranges there, and it's like, how much more do I need to be lifting heavy? And like, I probably will benefit more from like a power endurance and conditioning model, so that's like a good alignment for me and like what I should be doing versus what I've typically done. So it's out of my comfort zone.
yeah, like
I'm
you're
doing
very
it
skilled
strictly-
in,
For something out of my comfort zone.
How do you push each other and like your members without pushing them into burnout, especially in those scenarios. I feel like there's a fine line.
Oh, we're definitely gonna burn out.
Here
I don't know. I think it's talking them through. Like,
okay.
even your partner was like, "Oh, I did this
Yeah.
this run. It crushed me." I was like, "You shouldn't have done that run, right?" And like having them like know when is it bullshit and you're like just like faking it, and like when is it like.
Yeah, I think, we have obviously, like, I'm in my mid-30s, my partner's in her mid-30s, like, and then we have our coaches at the gym, the younger girls that are in their, early to mid-20s, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be training exactly the same way that, like, Maggie, or our coach Maggie's training, who's, 22, 23 years old, like, I'm 36, so it's like, it's
10 years on
it's different, because I obviously, like, I'm going to do the race, Maggie's going to do the race, but I think training looks a little different for mom, a mom and someone in their mid-30s versus someone
Definitely.
with no kids and
I think that's also where I have a lot of contact with members, and I can see.
Like when's enough
I can
enough?
really see like how, because if you get
Where
enough
you can
training
push
sample, I can see like how someone's recovering, what are the other stressors. I can see with my guys specifically if like work stress is building up, like I know them on
Do
a
you
day
pull
to
it
day.
back at that point?
Yes, you're pulling back at that point.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, intensities don't, let's pull back, or volume needs to come back. Something needs to change, right? Where you're like, so like having me as a touch point of like, all right, I know what you're doing. I look at your training volume. I know what. Everyone kind of laughs at me because I'm always like, how we doing? Like, how we feeling? And like, they're like, do you really want to know? It's like, yes, I want to know because I am going to change how we're training on a day to day.
Right there.
Right. Of like, I really want to know how you slept. Like, I want to know, like, are you stressed the fuck out? Did you have a fight with your husband? Are your kids pissing you off?
Yeah.
Did you not eat? Did you, like, I want to know everything. Like, I'm just one for you. Yes, it's nice to have somebody actually asking if you're okay, right?
Yeah, sure.
But two, like, it's affecting like me as a coach and like how in my approach for you, right? Because like, hey, if you didn't sleep well, like, and then sometimes you just warm up and you're like, okay, I'm actually really strong today, and like, all right, let's ride it, right?
Yeah.
Like, if not, let's pull it, or like, let's ride it today. But if you're coming tomorrow, like,
Maybe
I'm
tomorrow.
pulling you way back, or I'm like, hey, cut. I don't want to see you
like
tomorrow.
somebody will
But
like
push it-
sign
push
up
it up.
like and
Yeah,
you're
does
like
that happen?
if they sign up sometimes Eric will be like, you're not coming to class tomorrow, like you
like
just
you're
walked
done.
in.
Like you're done.
Like,
Like
that's it.
I
This
want,
is it.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's right. If you have somebody in your corners, like really, you see them a lot. You're like start to like be like, hey, no, right? Or like today, let's just do arms and abs because like this is what you need, not like what, right? So it's
I
almost
think
like
you have that experience from even working like on set with actors where you're
they
training
want to push
before,
hard, but you're like looking at like, hey,
what their
you have-
schedule is.
You have 14 hours of filming today. Like,
Yeah.
we're not going to be doing this, right?
Yeah.
Like even if you feel like you need to mentally. So it's like, how do we, like Scarlett Johansson, we trained 5 days a week, but like doesn't mean like we trained hard 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Like some days we're like, hey, I found ways to just kind of move the volume around so that they mentally could get, like it was part of the process of like filming, right? It's like mentally getting ready for this role. We moved every day, but it didn't mean we're going 100%, right? It's just kind of wave the intensities, figure out where the days are, how the overall is, like everything's working together.
Yeah, it's so important.
It's a recipe, right? It's like salt, sugar, like how do we need to change it around?
What's the biggest thing you've learned from working with celebrities and where you're at now? Like, how did you pull that experience into Recess?
I think it's like training isn't like number one thing on everyone's plate. Even though it's like, I think a lot of coaches like are like, that's all they worry about, and they don't realize, like, especially having a family, running a business, like there's a lot of other shit going on in people's lives, right? Like it's not, this isn't everything, right? So it's like taking account to all the other things going on and like stressors and like looking at stress, like it all comes up from the same bank, right? Like stress is stress, and understanding stress and like how we all have it and we all perceive it differently, and like obviously even between you and I, like I can handle certain stressors a lot more than you can, like and
Yeah.
vice versa, right? So it's,
Definitely.
I think understanding the client and understanding ourselves and like how we handle things, and like I think that's the biggest probably piece from working like one on one, right? Because like you can control so many variables. Like we had a chef, but
Yeah.
people don't realize how long that work day is, right?
Right.
And like on top of that, someone like Scarlett working that long day, running other businesses, being a mom as well. Like you have to take everything into account.
So it's like individual experience and
Yeah.
having the understanding that everybody's needs are different and they
Yeah.
change day to day, and what we can take in, I guess, in terms of like stressors are going to change too. And as a coach, that's your job to really know that.
Yeah.
Know when to push and when to pull back. I
That's-
imagine it being harder though in a group setting versus like, because now you have a whole community that's leaning on you guys, and you have to hold
Yeah,
up
I think
versus one.
that's like the art of coaching, right? Like that's like, yes, the studies can say whatever they want to say, but like at the end of the day, like you have to, like, we are people. We are not like, it's the way if you put a program in the AI, it will tell you can add a rep, or your one repetition to your maximum every single week, and it doesn't work like that.
No.
1+1 doesn't always equal 2 in the training sense, like. Right, sometimes like we're gonna pull back weight and up reps and finesse it a little bit more.
Yeah, because real life happens.
Real life happens.
Totally.
I think that's what's cool too about like the classes too, is that he offers a lot of like progressions or regressions, and you see, there's, what is it, like a deadlift or a kettlebell swing or whatever, there's the regression or the progression, and
It's
some,
a little bit of choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
But like movement.
but also if you see someone and you're like, don't do that today,
Yeah.
like back off there, or like even in the class setting, like he'll see someone, they'll go do something, and he's like, change it back to this thing or do this instead, like just to be like, to have that knowledge to like just see how it's working or not working for certain people,
Totally.
based on the day or the experience
just
or
saying,
whatever.
not, being very like intuitive to like people. Also like kind of setting them up like where, even from like a mobility standpoint, where we start with some mobility at the beginning of class, so people can check in with themselves. Like, how am I really feeling today?
Yeah.
Right? And instead of just like going right for the plan, just be like, all right, let's warm this up. Or people, my back's a little, right? Maybe it's like, okay, let's start with some like more core activations just to get you going, right?
Yeah.
To see if, is that just you slept wrong or whatever it is, and like maybe
See what we
sometimes
can
we'll
do
work
today.
it through,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? And sometimes it's like having a plan and then changing on the fly as you go, but still
Yeah.
getting productive work in.
Yeah. You gotta be flex.
Relax.
I feel like that's such a good segue though to like our partnership, because you have more of a, I don't want to use the word holistic, but more of a holistic view on what your members need. Like, is there a time where you're like, you need to go see somebody? Like,
Oh, I think
they're
all the
not like
time.
making progress, or is it some
At
red
the-
flag that you're
At
seeing?
the club, we have an in-body. Well, it's not perfect. It is
Okay.
repeatable,
Yeah.
right? And it kind of puts more ownership on us as like it's a relationship, right? So it's like if you are getting stronger or you're not, right? Or like your body composition's not improving,
It's like, what's up?
right?
Yeah,
What's up?
something
It's
else
like
has to be going.
Yeah.
If you're
Are
coming
you-
3-4 times a week
you
and
tell
you're putting
me
the work
you
in,
tell me
yeah.
you are tracking your calories and your macros, and you tell me you are sleeping. Like, are you really?
Yeah.
If you are
Like having
really,
those real conversations.
real conversations,
first.
like what's really going on? Are you not showing up here? Are you not giving me
Fair.
as much as you can? Or you are, and I see
Yeah.
you doing it. I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's go
Something else.
to the next level of like something's going on,
Mm-hmm.
hormonally, digestively, something,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Is off. Like, let's go to the next step. Like, this is where like,
Absolutely.
right, like holistic health, go see Dr. Mike,
Yeah.
right? Because
love
I
that.
think even from us, like I've seen huge value in like trying to like
Take it
fix
to the next level.
Yeah.
next level.
Just like tapping in and seeing what your labs are looking like. Like
Mhm.
numbers and labs aren't everything, but to tap in at least like once or twice a year to help you put a plan together and like really optimize what you're doing in and out of the gym, I think can be hugely helpful.
I think even just as like I mean I have my blood work from when I was in my 20s, and
Yeah.
I think having that snapshot
Mm-hmm.
so you can see like how it's moving, what that actually looks like is going to be huge, right?
Yeah.
Because like how do you know if
The
you
trends.
don't, right? If you don't have that data from when you were feeling better,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We do that here too. It's like tracking over time, which I think is not something that you're always going to get in a
Yeah.
conventional setting, is looking at how things have progressed and where we can really tighten up or spend more time. And you're right, like having baseline data can be amazingly helpful, super helpful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think it's also validating too, like when you come see someone like
Yeah.
you and you're like, oh, I don't feel good.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
And you
Getting
know,
some
oh, my whole
answers.
body is inflamed. I am in a state of inflammation. Like there's some validation to be like, okay, I'm not crazy. Like
Yeah.
I don't just like, and I think as women too, like that's a lot of it's like, oh, you have anxiety, you're stressed, you're whatever, you just had a baby, and like, yes, but sometimes there is something else going on, and you know,
You're right.
if you don't take it into your own hands to like figure it out, you could be doing all the other things right, but there could be something else going on that you don't even know about.
Yeah.
You know.
Or like blaming yourself. Like I feel like women especially, not to like exclude men here, but
No.
I feel like we like blame ourselves and we're like, I need to work harder, I'm not working enough, I'm not doing
Yeah.
enough, or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So like having those moments of like, okay, yeah, there are things that are off, there's things that I can work on, and maybe like kind of divert some of that energy to your nutrition plan or your recovery plan
Mm-hmm.
versus like, I don't know, really going hard in the gym. Not that it's wrong, but sometimes you gotta like
For me, it was
make
like
space for
my
something else.
primary care, like saying my blood work, oh, you're perfect, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
I don't feel good.
right, but I'm like, but I also can like mentally grit it out to like, oh, I'm fine. Like I think calling bullshit on yourself. So it's like
Guys are good at that though.
very good at that.
Yeah.
Right?
But I think that you're like also you're knowledgeable enough to like look at your overall blood work like just from your primary care physician and be like, maybe that's in a good
Yeah.
range for you, but
Mhm.
that's maybe not optimal for you. You know, as a
Or going
like
back to
you
the trends
yeah.
thing, like I was here and now I'm here.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still within an acceptable
within
range.
the normal range, but like
Yeah.
we're especially I think you especially like you're trying to optimize, you're not just trying to stay
I'm trying to
in like a
avoid-
normal yeah.
I'm trying to avoid burning out.
Mhm.
Like that's, to be honest, that's probably my main goal. It's like, how do you not burn out? How do you push it
Mm-hmm.
as hard as you can,
But
And,
not
like,
too much.
and like protect that energy so that
Yeah.
it don't burn out,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Love
Yeah.
that.
That's my
That's the
my
stuff.
ultimate goal,
Mhm.
right? And so I think, like, especially me, I could just. I mean, we've looked at my testosterone was pretty poor, but I was able to just mentally grit out
Mm-hmm.
a lot that I probably shouldn't be able to do with
Small tweaks though will get you
go
there.
a long way.
Yeah. Nutritionally, even with supplements.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Love that you guys are members.
Yes,
Best.
we
Yeah.
and it's funny because we both have very different experiences, like
Yeah.
two different
I know.
ends of the
yeah.
of the spectrum. Where like he's looking to optimize, I have a lot of issues that we're still working on fixing, and it's a journey. And so I think it's cool to have both of us having two totally different
Mm-hmm.
experiences where like I'm working on healing things and he's working on
So one's like
optimizing.
more like mine's like maybe a little more proactive. Yours is a little more reactive
Mhm.
to like the situations.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. Well, dealing with like acute health problems
Yeah.
versus like taking it to the next level.
Longevity
Yeah,
and taking it to
longevity.
the next.
But
yeah.
but they all have
Optimization.
the same goal of longevity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. And healing for real.
Yes.
Well, thanks, guys. This was so fun. I feel like we
thank
covered a lot of
you.
good stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What is the one thing you want our listeners to take away from this conversation
man.
and recess in general? Can you like put a bow on it?
Work hard, have fun.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that.
Work
Period.
Hard, play hard.
Yeah.
That's it.
Cool. Somehow the bags didn't finish.
I know.
Yeah,
We're
blast
still
them out.